Okay, hello YouTube, yet again, Super Atari Love Chunk here, and we are doing, as promised, a review on the gameplay of the Flashback 2 system. Now the first thing that I want to do is get out of the way here. Something I've not seen a whole lot, and I'm not putting anybody down, but if you're watching the videos, on this thing, and you're thinking about getting one, you're wondering exactly, what comes with it. So I'm going to give you a complete game listing here, the complete 40 games that you get with it. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background on each game, as it is. If there's background information, of the game's history worth mentioning. Also based upon my knowledge of the game. So without further ado, here is the entire game list. First, we have Adventure Territory. We have Adventure. We have Adventure 2, which is a sequel to Adventure that is built on its originally assembly-based game code. We have Haunted House, Return to Haunted House, a sequel to Haunted House that is built on the original Adventure's assembly game code combined with graphics from the original Haunted House. We have Secret Quest. We have Wizard, which is an unreleased prototype. Let's see here. Under arcade favorites, and these are arranged under different little segments here. The first one is called Adventure Territory. That's what I just read off to you. They're little menus. So the first one we have Adventure Territory. This one is going to be arcade favorites. Okay, first one on this list is Arcade Asteroids, which is a hack of the original 2600 asteroids with the sprites changed to the outlines to more accurately portray the arcade version. Next we have Arcade Pong, which is exclusive to the Flashback 2, a version of Pong which can use paddle controllers if attached. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a set of paddle controllers for the original 2600, this is another example of how you can use those with the Flashback 2. And the way that works is actually you plug the paddle controllers into the Flashback 2, and there is a certain code you have to enter with the joystick on a certain part of the game when you cut it on. One of the menus, there's a combination of up, down, and I think pushing to the fire button. Then you unlock the games, then you plug in the paddle controllers and play them. And the actual game that comes with that is Warlords and Super Breakout. Those are the two paddle games that you can unlock and play with the paddle controller. Okay, anyway, let's see here. Where was I? Okay, that was Arcade Pong. Next we have Asteroids Deluxe, which is also exclusive to the Flashback 2. We have Battle Zone, Centipede, Lunar Lander, another exclusive. Millipede, which is the game that's scrolling right now. We have Space Duel, another exclusive. Next we have the Skill and Action Zone category from the on-screen menus when you first start the system up. We have 3D Tic-Tac-Toe. We have, let's see, how would you pronounce this? Aquaventure? Yeah, Aquaventure, which is a unreleased prototype. Okay, we have Atari Climber, which is a homebrew, very awesome, released in 2004. Originally known as Climber 5. Okay, we have Combat. We have Combat 2, which is an unreleased prototype. We have Dodge 'em, Fatal Run, which was only released in Europe. We have Frog Pond, which is also an unreleased prototype. We have Hangman, Human Cannonball, Maze Craze, Off the Wall, Outlaw, Pitfall, which was originally released by Activision. We have Radar Lock, River Raid, which was also originally released by Activision. We have Save Mary, which is an unreleased prototype. We have Video Checkers, Video Chess. Okay, now we have the Space Station category. Upon this you have Caverns of Mars, which is exclusive to the Flashback 2. You have Quad Run, which was originally sold only by mail order through the Atari Fan Club. Yeah, Quad Run. We have Saboteur, I guess that's the way you would pronounce that. An unreleased prototype. You have Space War, Yar's Return, which is an exclusive sequel to Yar's Revenge built on its originally assembly-based game code. And last but not least, you have Yours Revenge. This is like I said, that's a complete list of games, folks. That's all 40 that you get with the system. Well, I guess 42 if you want to count the unlockable games with the paddle controllers. Okay. Now, we're going to show a little bit of gameplay here. As you can see, I have a millipede running. Now, guys, I do apologize for the quality here. I'm actually doing the whole camcorder to my TV type thing. And as you can tell, the quality is definitely not as you would be playing it. The colors are a lot more rich. I mean, it's just the visual effects of this unit are very nice. You know, very, I mean, as far as high definition goes, I don't know if you would consider it high definition, but the colors are awesome. You know, they are very bright, very vivid, as Atari, you know, came out and they hit the scene with the big, you know, hey, my game is in color type thing. Which, as far as that goes, I think the Odyssey, excuse me, was in color. But, you know, Atari, you know, when you think Atari, their logo, you know, they got the rainbow color spectrum and everything. Yeah. So, let's have a little bit of millipede here. Hope you guys can hear the sound here. Let's see. Select starting score. Okay, we're going to go 0-0. Let's turn that up a bit. And Millipede, guys, it's an awesome game. I don't know if I like Centipede better, but Millipede is definitely one of those classic, you know, all-time awesome games for Atari. And the Flashback 2, once again, is just full of games like that, you know, the classics, and that you will definitely, you know, love if you're any type of Atari fan. And I do have some more information on the, oh, look at that. I'm trying to watch two screens here. I've got the one I'm actually recording on here, then I've got the computer one over here I'm trying to look at. But some more information on the Atari Flashback 2, and it's actually, the packaging says the Atari Flashback 2 Plus. I think in my original video I said let's see, what did I say, 2.1 or 2.5? No, it's the Atari Flashback 2 Plus. And guys, the updates to that were, I mean, I don't know for sure if they upgraded any of the video or the controls or anything like that, you know, or any glitches. But basically what they done with that is removed Pitfall and a lot of other games, good games. I know Pitfall was one of them. I had a list, but and they replaced those with a bunch of sports games. You know, you had like boxing, I think, and some other, and no offense to, you know, sports game fans, but sports games on the Atari, they're not my favorite. I mean, they're, if you're looking for sports games and, you know, this day and time, you really would want, you know, maybe NBA 2K, something like that, you know. I mean, back in the day, sports games were not, you know, really, well, to compare them with Pitfall, I don't know why they would take Pitfall out and replace it with a, you know, a boxing game or something like that. But there were 5 or 6 games they removed. I think Pong may have been one of them. Don't quote me on that. But they were good games, and they replaced them with sports games, which is cool if you like sports. But I mean, you know, come on, guys. I mean, if I were to recommend, you know, the system, I'm definitely going to take this system here, the regular 2.0 versus the 2 Plus, just because of that. I mean, there's no way that I would take, you know, some of the greatest games out that came with the system and replace them with sports games. But, you know, guys, if you are a big fan of the sports series for Atari, you know, maybe it is for you. But if you're sticking with, you know, the classic games, you know, with the vivid colors and the awesomeness, I would definitely pick the 2.0. So, that was Millipede. Let's restart. I tried to start the video, guys, with a game that showed up good on the screen here. Let's see here. You get these rolling lines on the CRT. When you know the CRT TV cathode ray tube, it's old school, and the camcorder doesn't see things the way we do. Go back to the main menu here. Space station. We're going through some of these. These are the menus, like I were talking about, guys, on the different categories. Let's see here. Skill and action zone. Okay, I'm actually going to play some Atari Climber here, guys. This is a very awesome game. I've never really played it that much, but it's kind of like a Donkey Kong slash early Mario type, situation. You got these little walls coming at you. You got to run up here and you got to escape those walls and go to the next floor. And as with all Atari games, guys, despite the simplicity, they're just really addictive and really fun, and that's what I like in a game. I like a game that keeps you coming back for more, and one that's addictive, one that's fun, one that you'll play again. And when we're discussing Atari, Atari is just like that. It's simple, it's fun. You play with a joystick. I love the Atari joystick, guys. So yeah, addictive, fun, simplistic Atari. And if you've never owned an Atari, guys, as I mentioned in my first video on the Flashback 2, the Flashback 2 is by far my favorite. You have the Flashback 3. I may have talked a little bit about that in the first video. It's got some good games, but it doesn't have the games that the Flashback 2 has. They removed Pong. They may have Breakout on there. I know they don't have Pitfall. Fatal Run is also a really cool racing game. It's just, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at Fatal Run. Go to the skill and action zone. Fatal Run. Now, guys, I want you to check out this theme song. This is classic Atari. Awesome theme. Like I said, this is a Europe-based game. Only released, let's see, let me make sure. Yeah, only released in Europe. And here we go. I just love that theme song. I could listen to it all day. 1989 is when this came out. This kind of sounds Arabian here. So you got like a climax and then like a breakdown, in an Atari. That's just pretty cool. Okay, we're going to go with the new game. It says Fatal Run. It's got the programmer here. I think the story behind Fatal Run is, yeah, here we go. Your mission is to drive to each city, delivering the much-needed medication, to save the people. Then launch the rocket to save the world. Oh, okay, why not? I have to drink some coffee before I did that. Alright. Here we are, guys. Fatal Run. Sorry about the lines, but I'm going to describe it to you guys as I'm seeing it here on the actual TV screen. Very awesome colors here. And it's kind of similar, kind of like to Outrun. You've got the fire button, actually, when you get next to a car. I don't know if it's supposed to be a machine gun. When you get next to a car, you can push the fire button and the car actually just disintegrates, so yeah. I don't know if we're driving a Lamborghini here. We're at 84 miles an hour, blowing up cars on Fatal Run. Some awesome stuff here, YouTube. If you have $35 laying around, it's what I paid for mine. Okay, I just got blew up. And I love the exit screen. Check this out. Game over's just flying at you. But anyway, guys, if you have, $35 laying around, that's what I gave for mine off of eBay. And And like I said, mine was in good shape, more of a pristine type condition. But you may find a Flashback 2 at your local thrift store, guys. You know, you never know where you might find it at. But I would highly recommend it. This is Super Atari Love Chunk saying later.